Hello, everybody, and welcome to NeilyMusic, where I, O'Neil Donald, talk about music, I talk about life, and I talk about fun. And today is the day that I review the brand new Pentatonix album. Now, I have been reviewing and talking about Pentatonix a little bit on this channel, and I've always been talking about how much I would love to hear Pentatonix do an album full of original music, because they're a group that it specializes in covers, and they have just released their brand new album. It's self-titled, so it's called Pentatonix, and it's full of original music, and I am just so excited. I was so excited to listen to it, and I definitely enjoyed it. Listen to it one time. I don't know, I didn't know the first time, so I will listen to it again, and was trying to compile some notes and try to give you guys a little bit of my thoughts. When I was listening to it, I had to really switch my mind. Again, like a lot of music that I review, it just so happens, because this is not a usual album in the fact that it lacks any instrumental help at all. So there's production on it, but it's completely and utterly vocal. And if there's anything that's a testimony for, it's a testimony to the power of the human voice and of the human body, because they use so many parts and nooks and crannies of their voices to bring forth everything that they could to the music, not to mention using their bodies like claps and like different things to create the percussion, along with Kevin, who is the beatboxer, who uses his own mouth to create all of these different kicks and hi-hats and effects and everything. And it's a very organic album, because everything is organic and it comes from the human body. And so I had to take a slightly different approach than something I would usually review, which would usually have instruments. But I don't think it doesn't even really affect it, because this album was so strong. Just from top to bottom, it's just filled with so many different angles and different things, because Pentatonix is they do covers, and they listen to a whole bunch of music. They're a melting pot of genres, and you could hear a lot of the influences. You could hear a little bit of doo-wop, you could hear a little bit of, like, I guess the 50s 60s type like race records from like the 30s. You could hear a little bit of what else did you hear? You could hear of pop, definitely, of course. You could hear a little bit of some classical choral music in one song in particular that I'm going to tell you about, because I love that song. But anyway, just the vocal, from a vocal standpoint, they're a vocal group, so of course their vocals are going to be on point. But the thing is that because they're completely and utterly vocal in their approach to this music, there are so many dynamics and so many different things that they do with their voices to pull back or come forward, and because they're all using their voices, you can pull back in one area, like say Scott could pull back, but Kirsten could sing forward, or Scott could sing forward and the rest of everybody could sing back. And there was a lot of that was going on, even to the point where just like the different vocal bowls in the vocalizing that they would do, from doo-wops, from wah-wahs on like ref, so like the wah 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 wah, or down to like the ooh do da do 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 from If I Ever Fall in Love. Just like there's always a juxtaposition from smooth to strong, whether it be Scott that's singing hard, or in from section to section in songs. For example, in Sing, which is a very it's the second single, and it's very Get Up is up tempo, but in the end they have a little bit of a lyrical side and a lyrical part that juxtaposes to the stronger part. On a songwriting note, the choruses are so catchy, and when I looked at the people that were writing on it, the thing is, there was only one song that I saw that wasn't written by the five of them, right? By Avi, by Scott, by Mitch, by Kirsty, and by Kevin. And I was just so pleased, because I'm just like, yo, these are actual songwriters, and these songs, and it's not even like they're badly written, because these songs are amazing, and like you have such power within the five of them, like songwriting power, because when I was listening to them, because like there are different albums that I've heard, and like, you know, I would just like, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt, but like they really came hard when it came to fitting syllables to melodies, and having the melodies fit the syllables that they were singing. Like when it comes to like everything sounds natural, and they're singing as if they're talking. Like there's no like long and stressed syllables on short like it's hard to explain, on like short parts of music, but like their lines are always they're always progressive, and they're always they always make sense. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, there are some great melodic lines that are all over this this album. Like in First Things First, I think it's the pre-chorus where Scott sings, "Everything you've ever wanted doesn't have a price tag on it." Like that in itself is just like a beautiful line. And then like in the chorus for Ref, which is, again, I like that song, but like that line, like it's just a simple line, but it makes for a great chorus. And like from song to song, there are so many engaging ideas. Like even rhythmically, like there are so many, like the melodies and the lyrics, like the songwriting of the Pentatonix album is rhythmic. It's so rhythmic. Like, and it's not even just that the fact that Kevin's beatboxing is so complex, but the songwriting is fitting Kevin's beatboxing, and it's just like all of this rhythm and just like preciseness and complexity that is just, you know, hitting against each other, and it just makes for an awesome listening experience. Lyrically, I love the way that they talk about love. I love I love lyrics that are wholesome, and they're not I guess what's a good word? I guess lyrics that are wholesome, and lyrics that don't, like, you know, show this sexy shoulder, for lack of better words. They talk about love in a very I like the way that they talk about love. It's very wholesome. It's very, like, I could show this music to my mom and she wouldn't get mad at me, because like it's acceptable for all ages, and I like that. Also, and I already talked about that. Yes, now let's go into the production, because this is one of my favorite parts of the entire album, because they use their voices for the production, and there's no instruments that were helping them. Like when it comes to like percussion, you have Kevin's beatboxing that was on his mouth, but you also could hear some stomps, and you could hear some claps and some snaps, and like different things that were there. If you really think about it, they were really put in a quote unquote box percussion wise, but they made it work for them. And they were smart, and like the mixer, whoever mixed the album, was definitely smart in putting a lot of emphasis sometimes on the kicks and like the downbeats on some songs, like the songs that like Sing and like Nana and like sorry, and different songs that had a higher tempo, they had a little bit more kick. But like on like softer songs such as Misbehavin' and like Can't Sleep Love, like even Misbehavin', like there's just really snaps on it, but Can't Sleep Love, it's kind of like a little bit less kick. That's a lot to digest, but I just really like the way that they did that. Now when it comes to like, I guess, melodically what's happening in the production, like there's a lot of melodic motifs, or like ostinatos, or recurring themes that they'll sing, like the vocals that I was talking about, like the "Ooh, do da do do do" from If I Ever Fall in Love, and like the what's another one from Water, like do, da, 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 like just little things like that, and then they grow with it and they progress with it. Like one thing I really appreciated was even in If I Ever Fall in Love, which is actually one of my highlight songs, they set it up with the who do da do do do, and then in the second verse they approach the same chord progression but with new vocables. I can't remember exactly what they were doing, but like it was totally different, and it gave the song growth and progression, and I really like that it was intricate like that. Like there's some great and very intricate work that is happening all over this album. Now in First Things First, it's actually something that happens that I personally love because it's a part of my upbringing. It's really you'll find it a lot in gospel where you'll have like three layers of harmony. So like in First Things First, I can't remember exactly what they're singing, but I think it was Scott that started singing. You know what? Let me just quickly find what it is because I don't want it like hi everybody, how are you? Pentatonix, First Things First. Dun 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 dun. And for the bridge, first things first, you need love, humility, take away, and then Mitch comes with this, love and humility, and then Kirsty's on the top, and like they just, like there's a lot of rhythmic stuff and melodic stuff that's happening in different points in time, and they're not clashing with each other, but they're just knocking against each other harmonically, and they just make for a great experience, and it was a great build into the final chorus that I really enjoyed and had to mention in my review. But now let's move on to my highlight songs, because this is probably my favorite part of the reviews, because I get to talk about the songs that really just really stood out to me. Now I saved the best for last, so not that it's the best song objectively, but it was my favorite song. Now let's get to If I Ever Fall in Love. I already kind of talked about that, but Jason Derulo. Now, I already did a review of Jason Derulo, but it seems like he's really growing as a falsetto singer, like as a Maxwell type singer, because he hits this note in this song, and I'm like, Jason, what's going on? Where did that come from? And like, it's just a high note, like there's some vibrato on it. I'm like, okay, you sang, Jason, just sang. And like, it was just great to hear him singing with Pentatonix. Like he was very, like, he was a highlight definitely for me on this album. Now, Sing, the second single, I already talked about it a little bit, but like, it is so engaging. It's in your face. The parts going from part to part lyrically, it's just, and lyrically and mechanically, it's just so fast paced. Like, you get from one part, Scott singing at like the top of his range, and then he does this little pre-chorus with Avi, and then going into like the sing, like, it's very happy. Like, even throughout the entire album, like with the up-tempo songs, I just felt reminiscent to Glee. Probably because they do a lot of vocal bowls that Pentatonix does, but like, it was just very uplifting, like hearing Sing. Like, I was definitely singing it on the bus on my way home. It's very sharp and engaging. Now next song, Ref, like, it's very sassy, and I loved Scott's vocal performance on it. It wasn't just strong, but there was attitude, there was like feeling, and just like, it was very great to listen to. I was like, oh, Scott, you're hurt, like, I really feel like you're hurt now. And like, it just, from everything, just like to the lyrics, to the vocal performance, to the percussion, everything worked together to bring like a collective sass, and like, I really enjoyed that. Next one, Water. If there's anything that I would have said about this album that I would have liked a little bit more of, it would definitely be hearing Kirsten, because Kirsten's such an awesome female vocalist, and she's the only female vocalist, and so hearing her at the front was definitely a highlight. But can I just tell you about the stinking bridge to this song? Like, and there are some and it happens all over the album. There is just some harmonic rubs that happen that are just disgusting. Like, and by that I mean, like, if you watch me, you'll know, like, I mean it in a good way. Like, it's really great, but I'm saying it's disgusting. Like, it's totally offensive. Like, just the amazing harmonic rubs that are happening in that bridge, and it's just very lyrical and soft, and just playing on my ear, and just really just hooking me in. Love it. Oh, just absolutely love it. And even after that part with the final chorus, I love the way that Kirsten's voice opened up. I loved hearing her belt. Like, I never really hear her belt. Probably because and even with Mitch too, because Mitch, he's very like he's such a masterful singer, and like he's kind of playful with it, but like I've never really heard him like there are sometimes like on my way home I've heard him like, you know, belt out kind of, but like he's not really much of a belter. Even in Can't Sleep Love, he kind of just like, oh, give me that can't sleep, and like it was just like really playful. But like hearing Kirsten really belt out in Water was just amazing. Now for my final highlight, and I think you know what it is. Light in the stinking hallway. Avi's voice is butter. Butter. Like, if I could tell you, like not even just Avi's voice, but just the setup, I was immediately just taken in. Just like the chords and just the tenderness in the lyricism, and the tenderness in like the vocalization, like everything. It was just chill worthy. It was just amazing to listen to. And Avi's like his phrases, and like the thing is, he would hold like certain notes, and like tonight, and his vibrato would just just simmer through there, and like everyone would be changing around him, and like there would be so many rubs around that, and like just so good. Like just such good music all over this album from start to finish. Like there are so many genres that they touch. There's so many dynamics and textures that they explore. Pentatonix, you guys have really come out with some really strong original music, and it's nothing like anything that is out there right now, and that's probably the main reason why I am so excited to have listened to this album, and like I just really enjoyed it from top to bottom. So I guess that's the end of my review, but that doesn't have to be the end of the conversation. Like I say in every video, you can comment below. You can tell me what you think about what I said. Did you disagree with me? Did you like what I said? If you liked what I said, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my page, check out my covers, check out everything else that I have here, and we'll talk later. So I'll see you guys later on NeilyMusic. Bye!